Hey guys, I am just checking the temperatures here of my oils and my lye solution. I like to have them within 10 degrees of each other before I start blending. Now this particular batch is only one solid color, so I'm not super worried about acceleration. This fragrance oil also does accelerate, but not terribly bad. It's lavender, just straight lavender, from the Midwest Fragrance Company. And usually when I do a lavender soap, I use an essential oil, but this time I really wanted to try out that lavender fragrance oil and see how it performed, but also how it smelled long term in soap. I did make a soap cane for the inside, and you'll see that slightly, I don't know if it's the bottom. Yeah, it's the bottom of the screen here, but you'll see it in a second. I'll add that in. And I did make a mistake here. I left this in the video while I was editing because I want you guys to know that I do make mistakes. Not everything always turns out. And I know sometimes we see videos or we see people that we really like what they make, but we don't realize how much failure is poured on top of their successes, the things that actually turn out, that actually look good, all of the stuff that's underneath. So I forgot to put my oats in this bottom little layer. I need to have 2 layers because I wanted this little heart embed, this cane, soap cane, to lay a certain way when I pour it in. And when I cut it, you'll see, because I wanted the heart to actually be kind of upright, not like floating or upside down, because that would be just weird. But here I am just breaking the fall of this soap because I don't want that soap cane to move. And this top batch, this top layer is fairly thick, so it's heavy, and I just don't want it to shift that soap cane. Giving the mold a little jiggle and then tamping it down to help with any air bubbles, but also to kind of settle the top. That really does a wonder, especially if the soap is fairly set up. Now I'm just shifting some of that soap aside because I do have a melt and pour lace mat that I'm going to be laying on the top. There it is. I made this several days ago, and this was a real venture to get to this part in my soap making journey, because if I would have tried this even a year ago or even 6 months ago, I probably would have given up. I just straight up, I would have given up, because those little impression mats can be tricky to use, especially for lace because it's so delicate, but I'm really proud of how it turned out this time. And now I'm just dragging a little bit of soap over that melt and pour mat. It's not a mat, it's actually soap, but I used a mat to actually create that, both to lock it into place, but also because I like the look when it's kind of hanging over the lace like that. These are oats. These are old-fashioned oats. I also had some inside. I used a food processor and like pulverized them for the inside ones, and then here I have whole ones. And then I also have some bio glitter. This is from, I believe the company is Star. I always get the name wrong. I'm just going to put it in the comments because I don't want to botch it. But I'm really impressed with their bio glitter. They're biodegradable. They do not clog your drains. They will decompose on their own, which is wonderful. We don't need more plastic in the fishy land or in our drains. So I do like to clean up the edges of the mold. That is just my thing. I know I see some soap makers, they don't do this, and it's not absolutely necessary, but for me it is, just because I'm a little OCD. I want it to be nice and tidy. And then here is the wet soap. It didn't take very long to go through gel phase. It was already heating up when I poured it, so I knew that it wouldn't take long. Love my lovely face. Look at that. That's the behind the scenes that you guys don't see. Now it is time to cut, and it is still hot, so I did wear gloves for this process. Sometimes I don't. If I wait till the next morning to cut, it just depends on when I make my soap in the day. And if the soap is ready, some of the fragrance oils are decelerating, and so it really takes a lot longer for the soap to set up and be ready to cut. This one was ready really fast. Like, this was probably 4 hours after I made the soap. It was ready really fast. So here's the reveal. Ta-da! It is still going through gel phase. So it was still, like I said, it was still warm, but I stamped and beveled all of my soaps right away because it will only harden up more as time goes on, as it finishes gel phase, and I set it on my curing racks. I just absolutely love the look of this. It's so elegant and it's simple. It's really not a complex design, but those colors, that blue is Aphrodite from Mad Micas, and that's the only color I used, both for the lace melt and pour as well as the heart on the inside. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, my name's Martha. I'm the owner and operator of Blue Haven Soapery. You can find all my goodies at bluehavensoapery.etsy.com.